Oh, you're gonna love this.
She knows that I gotta be trusted. She fed love. But the money's elastic. She fed love. And she knows that I gotta be trusted. She fed love.
Hey, welcome back, guys. This is Rec with your High Isle Update 35. Broken, disrespectful build for High Isle, guys. High Isle, it's ridiculous. It's on the Magden, of course. We're running Magden, as you guys have seen. Want to buff up real quick to show you the stats. Look at the resistances, 33k resistances, guys. This is ridiculous. And if we get in combat, pop a potion, because we're running Clever Alch. Got 6,200 weapon damage on the front bar, not including things like other damage boosts from continuous attack, things like that. Let's take a look at the sets. Of course, you guys know we're running Clever Alchemist. Got 2-piece medium, 1-piece light, and then we're running it on the front bar and the back bar. So on the front bar, we have Nirnhone with Shock, Charge with Frost. That's extremely important. I'll describe that in a little bit. And then we have the defending on the back bar for the extra tankiness. Honestly, you could probably go powered at this point for the more healing, because everybody's tanky as hell, but I don't think that's necessary. I like being tanky. We're running Marking Ring of Majesty, of course, and then we're running Mars Bomb on the body, guys. Mars Bomb's up at all times, so 4-piece heavy, 2-piece light, 2-piece medium, just kidding, and then 1-piece light. That's our weight balances there. So far as the abilities we're running, Blood for Blood, you can actually maintain this like crazy because we're running Mars Bomb and all the extra heals that Warden provides you. You got Deep Fissure. Deep Fissure does a lot of damage from base. It does on the first hit at 3 seconds, minus 14% damage, and at the 9-second mark, plus 20% damage. And then it gives you Major and Minor Breach. I've caught a lot of people with this, and it gives you about 9k penetration, so you don't need to invest in penetration passives or traits or anything like that. You got Bird of Prey. Bird of Prey just received a major buff, And the major buff was gaining immunity to snares and immobilizations for 4 seconds. But by Race Against Time, we don't need you anymore. You got Crystallized Slab. You can run the other morph of this as well that gives you the ultimate back. I'll probably test that out here in a little bit, but having this reflect on people and stun people could be the difference between life and death. And you can get those guys in the back who don't necessarily heal, turn around, turn and burn, and keep it moving. You got Arctic Blast. Arctic Blast now scales off of weapon and spell damage. Highly important, especially since we get relatively high weapon and spell damage. We easily get over 13k, sometimes even 14k on healing with this particular build. So if you're, doing healing modifiers and things like that, Arctic Blast is going to be extremely important for you. Ticks for 20 seconds, and it has a higher chance to inflict chill. Again, remember that chill status effect. We'll go back to that. You got Dawnbreaker, tried and true. We all know what it is. Let us continue. You got Blue Betty. Blue Betty gives you your regen and everything like that. This is why Mars Bomb is extremely important on this particular build, because we can gain the effect of that at any point in time. We got Ice Fortress, Major Resolve, Minor Protection. You guys know the deal. Resolving Vigor. Now this one is the reason why we have a tank meta, guys. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Resolving Vigor is the reason my stats are extremely high so far as defenses are concerned, and that's why everybody is hard to kill. It's this ability here, so pay attention to this, guys. Hopefully they don't nerf it. It's actually a pretty decent change for the game, but they could do some other adjustments so far as healing and cross healing and all that good stuff, but you know how Sauce is. All right, Blockade of Frost. Just gonna skip past this because we're gonna do a small segment, but this has a very nice synergy with your Arctic Blast and your charge status effects with frost damage on your mace. But let's check that out right now. All right, guys, we stepped into IC real quick just to show you the whole combination between Blockade of Frost, Arctic Blast, and you're charged on the front bar with frost damage. You're gonna actually inflict chilled a lot with this particular setup. So just to buff up real quick, I'm gonna set this out, and then we're just gonna start ticking this. You'll start seeing immobilize. See that? Let them cool down. Come off cooldown. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just let it tick. This guy died. Try it again. It's an auto immobilize. Immobilize. See that? Yeah, this is actually extremely annoying to other players when they are sitting on top of you, and when they are walking through this and everything like that. You'll have so many status effects on them. When you go in for your burst, you get that occult overload that pops off on them. So yeah, it's a fun little combination. Let's get back to the video. All right, guys, we're back. And so far as the back bar is concerned, back on the Living Trellis. Living Trellis is a very reliable heal. Make sure you guys spam this instead of Arctic Blast. You will save yourself a lot of heartache and pain. The only time you need to spam Arctic Blast is if you get that high incoming damage from things like Night Blades and Sorks and stuff like that, pumping damage into you. And then you got Swarming Scion. Swarming Scion actually gets us above that damage threshold because we are in a tank meta. You're extremely tanky yourself, but this gets us to where we can take down those tankier targets if they decide to sit on us. If they run away, it is what it is. Just like if you're a DK popping corrosive, people run away, you're not going to kill them. Same difference with this, but if they decide to zerg you down, they're going to pay dearly. Outside of that, let's take a look at the passives here. So far as the champion points are concerned, don't really care about the green tree. All you really need to know is about break fall. Here on the blue tree, I'll call overload. It's right here, deadly aim. Force of Nature, which is in here because of all the status effects. And then we have Biting Aura. And then moving on to the red tree, we have Boundless Vitality. Come in here, Pain's Refuge. And then in Wind Chaser, we have two of them, Refreshing Stride and Celerity. Speed is king in PvP, of course. And then so far as Refreshing Stride is concerned, as we're sprinting away, we get better Magicka regen. And with that Magicka regen comes heals and things like that. And it can save your butt a lot. That's pretty much all we have for the, for this video. If you guys like the build, try the build out. Let me know in the comments below. This thing is extremely disrespectful to every opponent that you're running into. You'll almost never die unless you want to. Outside of that, see you guys in the next one.